That's good. I'm also not and excited to share Alexa knowledge with you. So first, starting, would like to know how many of you are aware about Alexa and how to develop Alexa skills. How many of you know? Okay, that's good. Any integration with any device that you are aware of? Okay. So those who are not aware, what is Alexa? Alexa is an, I would say, artificial intelligence. It's a brain. And I have an Alexa-enabled device here. She'll start working because listening Alexa. Okay, I'll mute it. So instead of So instead of I welcome you, anyways, we can continue. Okay, so I would request Alexa to welcome all of you. So, Alexa, welcome everyone. They removed the switch. Alexa needs a continuous power plug. Actually, my screen is not very. She has sticking it down. Okay, Alexa will welcome you a little later. Before that, I'll welcome you guys in my session. I'll skip discussing about me because it's already we have spent time. If there is a time, I'll introduce myself. So we'll start jumping on this topic. So this is the thing that I promoted and discussed that you might be, or even that was my dream, that how can I convert my laptop, my computer, entire my household into a system that I just say and it start working. So how many of you have seen this movie Iron Man? Everyone. And they know how that man is just giving a command, Javas, and everything is there. Wherever it is in the air or anywhere, everything starts working. So I think I'll show you 1% of that thing that you can achieve it. So at least I'll give you 1% that your dream can come true. You can have a device that can work on your command. And you are not putting anything on it, you are not touching it, or maybe you are not looking at it, but that device or that machine will perform your actions. Let me tell you about this device. Amazon provides 3 types of devices. That's Dot, and Echo, and Echo Plus. These are just Bluetooth speakers without Alexa. Alexa is a technology. It's an AI mind behind this device. Let me mute it, otherwise she'll keep on understanding and following something. As long as it's ready, just crash this button. Okay. So we have started discussing about how Alexa will work. Before that, I'll give you an introduction in what era we are now. So for every business, customer is important. Let me tell you my mindset actually. How many of you are developers or admins? Most of, okay. Customer is everything for us. So my today's session will not help you that you will be just saying, Alexa, please build a test class for my so-and-so curriculum. That will not happen, I'm sorry. That could happen, you guys have a brilliant mind. And you can do that. So I'll be working towards customers, that how we can make our customers do their work without sending us message, typing an email. So it will be like customers will be more than happy because they'll be not be spending time, mind or hands sending us query or sending us feedback. They would love if they are eating something and complaining that the device or the service you have given is not working. The frustration level of the customers, you guys can understand, that will be very low. Okay? And when it goes to typing an email or spending a separate time, that goes a frustration high for the customers. So I'll give you a use case where our customers can book an appointment. So I have created my little salon. Girls would love that. That you just say, Alexa, open my salon, and the device will give you a welcome message and will tell you what device can do. So I have trained this device. So it will welcome you and allow you to book an appointment. It will allow you to book an appointment, and then you can see the list of appointments. They are not real salons that will give you a service. It's just a demo purpose, so I have created a small app. So that's the trend of user interface we have seen since 70s and the present. In early 70s, we were having just character modes, a black screen and some text. Then we had this GUI, graphical user interface, where we have a button and some colors. Then there was a world of web, that we can do anywhere our work. Even 90s, it was not anywhere, but it's not one place where we can do that. We can do at offices, our shops, or maybe at home, wherever we have our computers. Then 2000, it comes mobile, and we know what we cannot do with the mobiles. With the mobiles also, some voice was started. Now it's a VUI, it's a voice user interface. Voice user interface, it's a drastic change into an interface for any application that customers or we are interacting with, instead of going that GUI, mobile, or web. So UI is a drastic change we have. So I'll divide into two categories actually. In early days, we were having CLI, where we entering a command. I know developers still love that. They'll not still have a soft corner for all command line. Those arguments or actions. So GUI is all colors. We have buttons and screens. Another thing is that I'm categorizing these two things. Otherwise, there is just voice user interface. I'll categorize it conversational. Now the word's meaning is same, but I would say that there is a huge difference. Huge difference when it satisfies customers, when it gives you a higher ROI, what you do with your customers. Voice user interface, I'll give an example that you are asking Alexa, book an appointment for a gold facial, and there is a response. Your appointment is booked. That's VUI, you can say. And how conversational go? That they have basic information of you, so they'll call you. Manju, your appointment is booked, and I'm very glad that you got a 50% discount if you reach out to the parlor maybe today or tomorrow evening. So that's how conversational we are building a relation with our customers. We can provide more information that they might need or they might like to go next. So I would say whenever you try to build in your applications, go with the conversational way instead of just voice user interface. So far we have discussed that we have this technology, we have new interface, and Amazon has provided this device to work with. They personally say at Amazon they believe voice presents the next major disruption in the computing. So I'm here to reduce that disruption so that I can make people learn or introduce them how we can build that technology so that when our customer asking for this technology, we are on that place. We know how to develop this. When they ask that other technologies or other companies are offering them, they can do this. So, and still you are offering me that email or SMS functionalities that I can reach out to my customers. So that's why I have chosen this topic that I'll present on this, so that by the time the market is up, you guys have something that you can present your customers and can sharpen your skills and be brilliant in this particular technology. I've already covered on the screen was not up. These are 3 devices that Amazon provides. Without Alexa, they are just speakers. These are easy steps to learn a new skill. Okay, I'm not asking that you'll build it, but you know nothing about Alexa and when you start it. So you learn it from this URL I have provided. This will give you all basic things. This is what I have followed and created this presentation here. Then you design, Alexa dialog design detailed. It's another URL, you can go there and define your contents for the app. You just build and launch. It looks like just 3-4 easy steps, but they have a long journey inside. To develop any skill and integrate with any device, what are the key elements we have? So I'll more focus on Alexa side because we all are expert of Salesforce, so we know what is on Salesforce side. So on Amazon Alexa side, we have Alexa. Ask is an Alexa skills kit. It's a complete kit which provides you how to develop your skill and how to test it and how to launch it. So it's an entire complete kit which provides you everything. AVS is Alexa's voice service, which is part of kit, but I'm putting it aside because you can test on your computer by talking with the skill you have. It's not compulsory that you have that device. Without device also you can test your skill. Alexa console. It's a console which provides you at one place. You can define its practices, its certification, its launch. You can define its intents and everything. The interaction model. These are 3 things which covers with Alexa skill tips only. But I'm putting it outside because they are important in that. The Alexa console is about everything you can develop through Alexa. Interaction model where you actually define what your customer will speak, what you will be responding. It does not worry about what is the in-between logic, in-between logic to implement, but it's an interaction model, what you will be saying, what your customer is doing that. Amazon Lambda, it comes on Amazon side that we can define. Instead of working with any technology, we have Amazon Lambda that we can use to implement small apps. Salesforce side, these are the ways we can connect Alexa. Trailer, playground account we need, any dev org yours will work, that's fine. And Salesforce APIs, we can connect with Salesforce APIs. While working with Salesforce APIs, we need Amazon Lambda to have that connections. When working with Heroku apps, we need connected apps. We can implement Heroku app with the Node.js also. There are multiple combinations available, whatever we are familiar with, we can do that. What are the utterances and intents? As I was giving you an example that I would say, Alexa, open my salon. So what it contains? Alexa is a wake word. Open is a launch word. It could be an open my salon, or we can say start my salon, or awake my salon. We can define any keyword as a launch. Invocation name is the name of your skill. That should be unique for each skill. So I'll say, Alexa, open Choo Choo TV. I would say because I have a daughter and she is always playing this Choo Choo TV. So it has the REMs. So every skill will have a different name. Help desk, my salon, or we'll say Savan, Amazon Prime Video. These are all invocation name to a particular skill. You can say the app name. Then the utterance, to book an appointment. Utterance could be a combination of utterance and the slot value. Utterance is a command where slot value is a parameter. When you say somebody book an appointment, what kind of appointment you want to book? So book an appointment is the action where gold facial is argument. We can say slot value. Now even in utterance, book an appointment. Appointment is an intent that we are defining it here. So that's all you need to do before you start your Alexa. You first work on use case, that what you want. Instead of thinking about how it will be implemented, what you will be doing, those APIs, calls, programmatic, anything. Just define that I'm speaking, Alexa do this. Alexa should answer me this. and what it should perform in the background, that's a secondary thing. You define your skill. Okay, I'm asking this, she's replying me by this. Then you can add your business logic behind it. How this entire process, entire integration goes. That's me who's talking with Alexa. It's an Echo device. This has an interface with Amazon Alexa service platform. This service platform provides you natural language processing from speech to text. And it identifies the wake word and the invocation name and sends the request to a particular skill. That skill is activated now and it has defined what actions I should do. If it's a book appointment, I should call this function. If they have a bold fashion, passes an argument. So what that skill will do, call a function, book an appointment, it will pass a parameter as a gold fashion. And inside there will be a Salesforce code or a Node.js code that will be creating maybe a case, opportunity, or it could be any custom object. That goes on Salesforce side. Then coming back, Salesforce sends a response back that the opportunity or the case is created. That again, natural language processing will convert that text into a speech and will provide it to the customer through the Alexa device. They also provide one interesting thing. That's a campaign app they are providing for Alexa devices. So you have a mobile app installed on your mobile so that you can control the device. You can define what language it should use, what Wi-Fi it should use, and all that your Amazon accounts and everything you can configure through that app. And if there is something that your skill wants to show this, they can send those content to your mobile. So they'll say, instead of speaking everything, because we cannot remember everything. So it will say that I have booked an appointment for you, and I have sent all the details on your phone. So I'm happy that appointment is booked, no need to worry about whenever I have a time. I'll look at my mobile and see the details, which salon is, what time it is, what price is, or what discount is I have. These are the screens for the demo that we have developed. See, it's a console for Alexa. You can see this list of skills here. It's a help desk, the particular skill I'll be showing you. That's a build environment where we have interaction model, interfaces, endpoints, it's account linking, and invocation name. These are three, four different wizard kind of thing we can define. Do the configuration for the admins. And I know developers like to just code, so they just click on a JSON editor, it will open a file and they can define all the JSON code there. And after finishing that, they can click on build and it will be ready to test. As you complete your skill, it will be available in a test. You just enable it. You can hold this button and speak the command. It will put your command here. I say open my salon. That's the response the device is sending. And again ask book the appointment for the gold facial, and it has booked an appointment and it's asking how can I help you. That should be my first use case before starting skill. They are another providing Alexa Amazon account where you can see your all the skills. You can enable, disable, mark settings and everything. Now, so far we have talked how we will be giving requests, how we will be getting response. Where is the business logic resides? It's up to us where we want to do this. It could be an Heroku app. We can put it a Git repository. We can do this just REST APIs. So I have created this Heroku app, Alexa My Help Desk. There was an Git library which I have used and modified for making it private. That's a connected app we need to define into Salesforce, so we work all authorized. It's not open desk. Handle the unexpected gracefully. Every skill should do that. For example, I'm asking something because customer can do anything, and we know customer always do unexpected. We always fail in demo, otherwise they pass everything in QA and everywhere. So it should be ready with the unexpected. We should always define an event that if a client is saying something and we are not able to understand, we should tell them this. And at the base place, I think Rajdeep was also saying when discussing about AI, that we should set expectation. So if something is wrong, the Alexa should say, or we should define a command that, sorry, I don't understand what you're asking, but if you'll ask me to book an appointment, I'll book it for you. You can ask a list of appointments. Let's try this. Alexa, open my salon.
Welcome to your private salon, powered by Salesforce. Try telling me which facial service appointment you want to book.
Book an appointment for the gold facial.
I've booked the appointment for the gold facial. What else can I help with? Try asking me for a list of your booked appointments.
List my booked appointments.
I found 3 appointments booked by you using Alexa. I've sent the details in a card to you.
Thank you so much. So earlier there were 2 appointments. Let me refresh if the new one is created here. So we have the 3rd appointment created through Alexa app. These are few numbers that I would like to share you, that what is the importance of now a voice user interface and this technology. In next 5 years, many industry experts say that every application will have this interface. So it could be possible that your client may ask you in the next call that we want this technology enabled in our application. Till 2018, you know everywhere it is there. If it is a mobile, it is there. If you go to airport, everything is there. 25,000 skills so far developed. It's a short time that we have these many skills developed, that people are doing that. Even Amazon is giving some crazy things that if you develop a small skill, maybe by next week they are ending up, they'll give you $100 as a surprise, or yes, maybe certifications are there, and you can develop a small play guide. Remember, it's a small app. You can develop that and you can publish it. Another example I would like to share. Anyone of know this movie Beauty and the Beast? Yes. So I have seen it a few years back, and I was just thinking that how it is possible. Now we can relate that candle with the Philips LED bulb that's controlled by Alexa. I can say, Alexa, on this tube light, or set this much power, low, low, down, down. So it works everything. So I can imagine that the fiction we are seeing in a movies, near future, we can do that. So you can set your targets. If you want to make that teapot, then you just take teapot, make a tea for me, and it pour a tea in a cup and serves you. It can be possible. The only thing with this device that it needs a continuous connection with an electricity, and they are having wireless devices also, but it's not available in India. In US we have. So in near future, they are working on that. Customers can take that facility anywhere they are. They can do this with cars, refrigerators, AC, everywhere. I would like to thank you all the references that I have. In last year, JDF 17, there was a presentation in Alexa, and the first one has a list of that. Rajiv did that, and I got inspired with that, and I did an advanced level of that project, and I hope I got somebody from you that doing in JDF 19 and implementing something over this what I have developed so far. And these all codes and everything available here. I have defined some of the references where we have a best practices for the voice user interfaces, and what your mindset should be set before developing those Alexa skills. I think that's all. We end up here, and we have, I think, some time for question answer. Yes.
Is there any paid model they want to develop like?
It's a minimal charge. If you let me show you what we have actually. So this is free. That alexa.amazon.in.
Okay.
This is saying you can control your device. If you don't have this device or mobile content, you can go to skills, and these are the different skills available, which are public. And you can click on your skills. It will give you all other skills along with the developed skills. One other problem, I did not get solution on Google, and I built my application. It was working here in a test simulator, and it was not working with device. I worked 2 days, one full night, why that connection is not happening, and it's really silly. I end up with knowing that the language setting was different. It was US English, it was UK English. And after 2 days, I come to know that this should be strange. So I'll share that, you guys don't waste time on it. So that's the one thing. Other we have, this is just head of book. This is developer.amazon.com, your console. It's also free. The AWS account you need, but that is for 1 year, it is free for developers. And it just asks you to enter your credit card or debit card information. They'll charge you 2 rupees. Yes, you'll get it back, so there are no charges actually. And once you'll enroll in the account, you may receive in 2 weeks or maybe 1 month, a representative from the Amazon will call you about why you have created an account, your business purpose or personal purpose. So please activate some billing alerts that do not charge me anything without noticing. So that's how it is. And we can define Lambda and users to interact with our apps.
How much can we deviate from the standard format? You ask her to book an appointment. So if I say like open my salon, please book an appointment for me today, something like that.
Yeah, that's absolutely possible. That's happening.
Any order?
Yes, we can do any orders. We can define, even Rajdeep was saying that center was data. The more powerful data you have, the more powerful your device will be. You know, I have defined another, that's book a session for me, book a facial for me. If I just say book a facial for me, there wasn't another impact because slot was missing. So it will ask which facial you want to book. And as I have fixed list of facials, I'll say which appointment you want to book. Gold, pearl, what are we having us? So you can give that list and they can select any. Are we running late or we are running late? Yeah.
So
I'll take both the questions and then I'll answer.
Yeah, so my question is, as of now in a demo, we are dealing with data. I think that is a custom object. So there, like, book an appointment, it has created one record, right? It's data. So let's say if I want to go with the configuration metadata, let's for an example, let's say I say Alexa, whenever an opportunity is greater than $5 million or some whatever the amount, just give me an email notification. Then it is possible kind of.
Yes, that's absolutely possible. It's an easy
How much
case.
effort which platform we have to
In a skill, we'll have to define one more utterance. That opportunity as a keyword could be email. And you can define all the combinations. You can define any number of sentences.
So that email will send from the Salesforce only?
It will be from Salesforce. It will be from Salesforce. It is triggered. You can define anything, API or maybe a function inside, or you can do Heroku app function. It will trigger that.
Do you have any questions you can take?
We can contact them. You guys have my Twitter handle, so you can. Yeah. Thank you so much.